I'm on my way. I still remember these old country lanes when we did not know the answers, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill.
She was staring out the window of their SUV, complaining, saying, I can't wait to turn 18. She said, I'll make my own money and I'll make my own rules. Mama put the car in park out there in front of the school, and she kissed her head and said, I was just like you. You're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days hadn't gone by so fast. These are some good times, so take a good look around. You may not know it now, but you're gonna miss this. Before she knows it, she's a brand new bride in her one-bedroom apartment, and her daddy stops by. He tells her it's a nice place. She says, it'll do for now. Starts talking about babies and buying a house. And daddy shakes his head and says, baby, just slow down. 'Cause you're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days hadn't gone by so fast. These are some good times, so take a good look around. You may not know it now, but you're gonna miss this. Working on the water heater, dogs barking, phones ringing, one kid's crying, one kid's screaming, and she keeps apologizing. He says they don't bother me. I've got two babies of my own. One's 36, one's 23. It's hard to believe, but you're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days hadn't gone by so fast. These are some good times, so take a good look around. You may not know it now, but you're gonna miss this. You're gonna miss this. Miss this.
The only time I got to praying for a red light was when I saw your destination as a deadline. It's just normal conversation, babe, it's all fine. Making quiet calculations where the fall lies. It's as good a land, or at least it was. It takes a strong hand and a sound mind. College kids are getting so young, ain't they? They're correcting all the grammar on a spray paint. And I even gave up driving after nightfall. I got tired of the frat boys with the brights on. It's as good a land, or at least it was. It takes a strong hand and a sound mind. It makes me smile to know when things get hard. Ooh, you'll be far. Ooh, you'll be far from here. And while I clean up in the yard, ooh, you'll be far. Ooh, you'll be far, far from here. So pack up your car, put a hand in your heart, say whatever you feel, be wherever you are. We ain't angry at you, love. You're the greatest thing we've lost. The birds will still sing, folks will still fight, the boards will still creak, the leaves will still die. We ain't angry at you, love. We'll be waiting for you, love. And we'll all be here forever. And we'll all be here forever.
It's a dangerous love affair. Only thing that's on my mind to go run this town tonight.
Yeah, I said it, we are.
To go run this town tonight.
All black, everything. And our girls are blackbirds, riding with they diligence. Kid more than deaf if you boys really rhythm them. It's now we squared up, hold up.
To go run this town tonight. To go run this town tonight.
Hello students, staff, and fellow seniors.
In 2 days, we graduate.
Leaving our last marks here at Cottage Grove High School.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Being told time after time that this is the day when we realize why we have worked so hard.
Soon all of you will be in our possession.
Understanding the feelings we feel right now.
The instant relief and the bittersweet sadness.
And of course, the sense of pride for all we've done.
We survived school in masks.
The new AB schedule change.
And all those college classes.
Thank you for helping us learn who we are by supporting us here through our years at CJHS.
We learned how to support ourselves.
how to love one another,
and how to grow as individuals.
We have found who we are as members in society.
We have all gone through times of stress and heartache.
But nevertheless, we have persisted to accomplish the goals we have set in life.
To our teachers, thank you.
Thank you for being there for us, and thank you for teaching more than just academics.
Thank you for giving us advice on how to survive into adulthood.
We as a class of 2025 have left our marks here, but now we head out on a journey to leave our marks on the world.
Now it's your time to figure out what mark you want to leave on CGHS.
Thank you and goodbye, Cottage Grove High School. See you later.
Oh, the story of how I got started here at Cottage Grove High School. Well, that's a good story.
Questions? Okay. Tell us the story of how you got started at CGHS. Wow, that was 20 years ago.
Tell us the story of how you got started at CGHS. Long version or short version?
It's all because of Dairy Queen. We always stopped at Dairy Queen in Cottage Grove on our way looking for houses and jobs, and so yeah, this was just the right place to go. So we moved here and 25 years ago, and I started at Lincoln, and then a few years later a job opened up at the high school, and I've been here ever since. So thank you, Dairy Queen.
Short version, went back to teacher college. First job I applied for was CGHS, got the job.
I'd already been teaching chemistry and physics at Elmira High School for 16 years, but my niece and nephew, Isaac and Mercedes, were starting high school here, and I had an opportunity to come to Cottage Grove. Best decision I ever made. Loved it.
Longer version. I was 39 years old and 38, 39, and had 2 kids, both young, 2 and 4, something like that, and realized I was working at a lab at U of O and wasn't making enough money and couldn't raise a family on the income I was making and needed something. And there I was at U of O, and they have a teacher program, so I called the teacher program and said, hey, I'd like to apply to the teacher program. They said, it was like February or something like that. I said, sorry, we're closed for the year. And they said, what's your major? And I said, my major was physics. And they said, oh, come and apply today. So.
What was my first year like here?
My first year was a little bit rough, but having my niece and nephew around to help with that was amazing. And of course the staff was amazing too. It's always a little bit of an adjustment when you go from one system to another.
Well, it was a little overwhelming.
Horrible.
But the nice thing was I came with my class from Lincoln. I had them 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So I came over with them to the high school and transitioned to high school just like they did and became a freshman again. So
40 years old, you'd think I'd be old enough to know how to run a classroom, but I was not old enough to run a classroom. Mr. Ferguson was the experienced teacher who was guiding me, and he'd been teaching 1 year, and he was in the room next door to me. We were at the old high school.
But one thing that I felt was that my decision to come here was the perfect one for me, and that this was the perfect place to be.
Somewhere around Thanksgiving, I found myself in Don Pollard's office, principal at the time. And he's a big guy, kind of intimidating. And I'm in tears telling him, I love these kids, but I don't know how to do this. And whatever he did, he kind of reassured me. I made it to Christmas break, stumbled into Christmas break, and right before Christmas break's ending, I have this dream. The dream is I'm on the tip of South America, Tierra del Fuego. The waves are 20 feet high. I've been kayaking with a group of friends down there, and we pulled our kayaks onto this beach with these huge waves, and I know that I have to get up to San Francisco by kayak. And the only way to get there is to put that kayak back in those 20-foot swells and get back into the ocean. That was my first year teaching.
Okay, you want to know what I learned most at my time in Cottage Grove High School.
What haven't I learned?
People are people. We all basically want the same thing. We want to have love in our lives. We want to have a roof over our head and food and good relationships and good friendships, and everybody's the same. I mean, we all want the same things.
In my career as a counselor, was really learning about students and families and relationships, experiences, and I really have grown to understand and appreciate how resilient you all are, how hard you work to get the things that you want.
Oh my gosh, I think the most important thing that I've learned in the last 20 years of being a Lion is just how to be my best self, how to be a better listener, how to be a better explainer, how to be a better mentor, how to be a better friend, how to be a better partner. I've just learned so much, and it's just been from working on the big ideas of teaching and learning with all of you. That's where all that learning has come from.
But so many kids have struggles in their life that I can't even imagine. I hear stories, and it's just like I have so much empathy and compassion for how hard all y'all really work and how hard it is to just do the thing and come to school. And I really admire all y'all for coming to school and doing the thing that you need to do, even though it's really hard and hard at home and lots of stuff going on. I think that's probably the biggest thing I've learned.
I know it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to get where you want to go. And so I just think that that's such a special quality that all the students here have.
What will you miss most about CGHS? I'm gonna miss the kids, all y'all kids. I love you.
That's you guys, right? I don't think I'm gonna miss neutralizing my chemical waste, and I'm certainly not gonna miss washing test tubes and beakers and prepping for labs.
Well, I'll definitely miss you. But I know that our paths will cross again.
I love working with you. I really, that's wonderful. I love the honor of working with a bunch of young people growing into their lives. I'm gonna miss that.
But I am gonna miss seeing your smiling faces every day and finding out what's going on in your lives and listening to you and just sharing daily life with you. I'm gonna miss the Lions. That's what I'm gonna miss.
When I started here, I kind of laughed and said, oh, it's the graduates that will be taking care of me in my old age. But really, that happened much sooner. Because graduates have been taking care of me the last, 10, 15 years. They have drawn my blood, they've done my dental work, they've taken my x-rays, they've changed the tires on our cars, they've come to our house to fix our electrical issues. They have poured countless cups of coffee for me. And they've even been there when my dog passed. So the graduates of Cottage Grove High School have really, they've really been a big part of my life. And I know that I will see many of you again in some capacity.
My colleagues, I love you guys too. I really have just had so many wonderful, heartfelt conversations and enjoyed working with you all.
And the other thing that I'll miss, kind of interesting, is it's been a real surprise that many of you, I've had your parents as students either at Lincoln or my first few years at Cottage Grove High School. And so it's been really fun kind of revisiting those years and getting to know your parents again in a different capacity.
I feel like I joined my group, fellow teachers. This is where I belong, and I'm going to miss you all too.
What has CGHS meant to me? Wow.
I consider myself a late bloomer, and it's been a long, slow process for me to grow up. I go through college and I get my physics degree. I have no clue what I'm going to do, so I start tutoring, and then I move up to here with an old girlfriend to Eugene, and I don't know what I'm going to do, so I work with developmentally disabled adults and do that for 5-6 years, and then I go, I'm going to go back into physics, and I get a job at U of O, but I don't really have a path that I'm like devoted to. And then I came here, and here I am, and it's sort of like for me personally, an important part of my growth. I feel like I've been of service being here, done something useful with my life, which it's really important to me to feel like whatever I'm able to do has helped some people in some small way, and I'm grateful for that. Mostly I just say I'm grateful to have been here at CGHS.
I'd say the most important thing that being at Cottage Grove High School has meant to me is that it has given me a place of belonging. That has become crystal clear, especially over the last 10 years. This is a great place to be supported, to be your best, to fail and know that people have got your back, to struggle, to succeed. It's just the place to learn and grow, and being here has meant everything. It's where I have belonged. And it's going to be difficult to walk away, but after 36 years of high school, I'm ready to graduate.
Okay, I think that's about it for questions. I hope you all just have a fabulous summer, and the graduates of 2025, all the best on your new and exciting adventures. Goodbye, Cottage Grove High School. Take care of yourself and each other.
Bye, CGHS.
Bye, CGHS.
I saw a photograph from 10 years back. It's you and I were standing in the rain, somewhere outside Atlanta, and I think my 12-seat van is right there out of frame. This was before I knew my way around Los Angeles, before I ever cared about nice neighborhoods. We were driving through the night, sleeping on hotel floors, and thinking that we had it good. We were kids back then, thinking we would live forever. We were kids back then. We were wild and free, taking on the world together. We were kids back then. That's how we're always gonna be. Friend on my timeline who had lately been on my mind. We were close as blood. If we sat down for a drink, I think we'd forget all the stupid reasons we lost touch. It was just because we were kids back then, thinking we would live forever. We were kids back then, you and me. We were wild and free, taking on the world together. We were kids back then. That's how we're always gonna be. you are holding baby Jane. I lean in to take a picture when it hits me. In 20 years I will look back and say, we were kids back then, thinking we would live forever. We were kids back then. We're so young and free, taking on the world together. We were kids back then. That's how we're always gonna be. We were kids back then, thinking we would live forever. We were kids back then, you and me. We were wild and free, taking on the world together. We were kids back then. That's how we're always gonna be.
No, I've still got a lot of fire left in me.